Hello everyone! I know it's been a while since I've talked about this, but after a year of full-time development, the card game I've been working on, Algomancy, is ready to launch, and it's going to be coming to Kickstarter this August. I'll be making and sharing more information about this game in the coming weeks. I've set the game launch trailer to premiere the same time as we go live, so if you just want to follow that, check the link in the description. There's also a bunch of links in there to talk about the game or just read more about it if you're curious now. Otherwise, just enjoy the video. Hello and welcome back to more Vintage Cube Draft. We got some cool things in this pack. What do I want to take? I mean, Underworld Breach is the best card. This card is ridiculously strong. I wish they had more interesting or novel things to do with this, right? You take Breach, you get Brain Freeze, you win, which honestly I don't dislike doing, so I might just take it because it's fun. Maybe we could wheel Treasure Cruise, Iteration, or Jace from this pack. I already did a Niv Mizzet deck, so I'm fine with that. Jace is a safe pick, but I think the ceiling on Underworld Breach is just so high that we probably just take that. Factor Fiction, pretty good. Lotus Bloom is fine. Toxic Deluge is good. Is it Signet? Being double on color for, most of the Storm things is probably worth it. I'm very drawn in by the Factor Fiction old frame with this new art. I like it a lot. But I'm gonna take the Signet. I think there's a lot of 4-drops, and just finding good 2-drops is often difficult. Shelldock is very good. Glorybringer Chandra is interesting. You know what? I could take Glorybringer. I love Glorybringer so much. No, I haven't drafted Shelldock yet. One of my favorite archetypes is like the red-green dragons deck. Or black-red dragons works too. I think they got rid of Tubby Dragon though, so I don't know how possible it is. I don't know if Thundermaw's in there either, but you play like a little bit of ramp, and then you just have like all of the chunky creatures that beat down, like Questing Beast, Glorybringer, Thundermaw, like all the haste stuff. So you can like snipe Planeswalkers, which is pretty important in this cube because it seems like Planeswalkers just run the show. So having things that can kill them very quickly is good. And then, I mean, your top end's just great because you're just beating for damage every turn. Here we have. We can take Xander's Lounge. Jace Vryn's Prodigy is just a really good card. Again, it's cheap, which I like. If I had taken Glorybringer, there's not a lot in this pack that I would want. I guess Lumberjack fits in that archetype really well. Actually, that's kind of cool. I need to try that out sometime, but I like Jace here. And if I can, it would be really nice to go like a blue-red tempo deck. Like a counter burn deck with like Lightning Bolt, things of that nature. Unfortunately, Thousand Year Storm is not in the cube anymore, so a little sad about that. There is Memory Jar, there's Spirebluff Canal, Thirst for Discovery, and Young Pyromancer. I feel like Young Pyromancer is oddly enough like not that great. The Canal's fine, it is fixing. Thirst is interesting. So basically, Memory Jar is good in a specific deck. Thirst is going to be good in almost any deck I play. I think I'll take the card for the specific deck here. There's Frantic Search. Okay. We're doing some stuff. I know Tendrils is in the pack, Spellseeker as well, whatnot, but Frantic Search is just a strong card, especially with Underworld Breach, that I'm here for it. Maybe we can actually get High Tide in our High Tide deck this time. Okay. I mean, sometimes you're just handed the deck. So now we have Frantic Search, Underworld Breach, and Brain Freeze. So now, basically anytime we draw Breach, if either of these is in our discard, we can just win. Past in Flames, Bazaar of Baghdad. I'm interested in both. Probably Past in Flames. I don't know if Gifts Ungiven is in the cube anymore, but I guess having a backup to Underworld Breach is probably a good idea. I really do like the idea of Bazaar into all of this. Sulfur Spring for black. What am I more likely to want? Black or green? Yawgmoth's Will is important. Vampiric Tutor is important. Demonic Tutor is quite important here. Green. This can basically just be if I get like, I don't know, Wooded Foothills or something. Maybe that could work. I think I'm going to take this. I don't know. Getting this early for like fetches or something seems like something maybe I would want. There is like Toxic Deluge and whatever, but I like a Lotus Bloom here. We have Jace, but this could be an interesting Oath of Druids deck actually. I love the archetype of Oath. I'm not fully in on it, but we could end up doing something sweet here with Oath of Druids, Tooth and Nail, and all of that. Crop Rotation for Shelldock. Probably not doing, but you never know. Okay, well, the storm's open. We got our backup win condition. What does this card even do? When it enters, you become the monarch. At the beginning of your upkeep, you can put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. If you are the monarch, you can put a creature or land. Okay, that's kind of cool. Well, Time Walk. Not a whole lot of decision here. Worn Power Stone maybe is fine, but Time Walk is sweet. Oddly enough, not that good in Storm. It's just kind of like take an extra turn or whatever. Yawgmoth's Will. So I have Past in Flames. Breach is just like a better Yawgmoth's Will. So I might just take like a Flooded Strand here or Underground River. Probably Flooded Strand because I could stay open in that regard. Image is fine. Confluence I also like. Confluence is a really good card draw engine, disruption, things like that, but it's expensive. I mean, I guess I have Brain Freeze Yawgwill too. If I have Brain Freeze Yawgwill, then I can just Brain Freeze I'm just gonna take Yawgwill. I'm basically kind of all in on Lion's Eye Diamond, but I got like Tendrils almost last pick. So if Lion's Eye Diamond is in the pack, I'm very likely to find it. There we go. I was like, Chromox is good. Dark Ritual is pretty good. And I was like, okay, there's LED. Sometimes you just get handed everything on a silver platter and your life is easy. There's a Volcanic Island. Cabal Ritual could be good. Rakdos Signet Seething Song I like, but I feel like the first Volcanic is pretty important for the archetype, and I don't think I need to do any of this fancy Oath of Druid stuff anymore. This deck is looking very good. There's our Blood Crypt to give us black mana. Imperial Seal and whatnot is good, but Blood Crypt is great. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing any of this. I mean, this just looks like a very solid core. We have Underworld Breach, Brain Freeze, Lion's Eye Diamond, and then also Frantic Search, and then just a whole bunch of other random cards that honestly probably won't matter. Inquisition, Mishra's Bauble. What am I scared of? What do I want to do? Obviously, I can Enlighten Tutor for LED, but that seems a little bit narrow, especially when you're splashing a color. Bauble does fill our discard for Breach, and it just effectively makes our deck one smaller. But Inquisition is good. I think I'm going to take Bauble. I think this deck is strong enough that I don't need that much disruption. We're just... If I get things like Ponder, Preordain, and whatnot, like this deck is just going to be so strong, it doesn't even matter if my opponent tries to disrupt me, right? I'll like... go for the Breach combo, they counter Breach, play Yawgmoth's Will, they counter what Yawgmoth's Will, cast Past in Flames, and then I can cast Yawgmoth's Will off of Past in Flames to then be able to play Underworld Breach. We're just missing mana, so High Tide is probably the best thing we could hope for. I don't think I'm running the Stomping Ground currently. Okay, you know what? Ask and you shall receive. Sometimes life is easy. Move all these over. I'm almost kind of regretting the Memory Jar pick because it's like, it's almost too slow for this deck somehow, which is kind of crazy to think about. Literal Core I kind of like. Just filling our discard is something we want. It's not ideal. I'll put it next to Stomping Ground of like things I'm likely to cut. A bunch of green cards, not playing any of those. Red Elemental Blast. Could be a sideboard card. Hallowed Fountain keeps me open if I get like an off-color fetch. But I guess there is a world where I probably sideboard Red Blast against a control deck. I'm not in love with this type of card being in the cube because like I'm basically taking it here over something that could be playable, and this will only make like one specific person's day bad. I don't know. It feels weird. I get it in like constructed formats where blue is like a heavy presence, but as far as I understand, the Vintage Cube is like fairly balanced by colors. It's just that the blue colors tend to be better, and that seems weird. I think Underground River. I am a little short on playables, so like somehow I'm getting past all of the really good Storm cards, but then like none of the card draw or enablers. So my guess is that there's someone in blue-red specifically who's drafting like blue-red tempo, and they're taking all of the enablers. So this could be a situation where I have all of the pieces, but not enough cards to fill it out, and the deck kind of falls apart for that regard. Or that reason. But I don't know. It's hard to lose when you have like a 3-card win condition. Like we just mulligan aggressively. Dark Ritual, you got it. You got it. This is looking like not the best High Tide deck ever, but that's okay. I don't need Reservoir. Like I said, the deck is really just missing mana. Okay. Okay, there's Storm is so open here. This is ridiculous. The thing is, I don't even think I need Desperate Ritual. Like we don't need mana anymore. We have plenty. Like I don't even know what I'm gonna do with all this black mana. I guess cast Tendrils, right? We could go like Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Crack LED, cast Tendrils, blah blah blah. Polluted Delta right now can grab Blood Crypt and Volcanic Island, so I like that. Fatal Push, Coalition Relic, Emery. I mean, Emery's pretty good, but I think at this point I just need to make sure that I can cast my spells. Lotus Petal. This is hard, actually. Underground Sea. I don't currently have the blue-black land. I'm not playing that. I think this deck doesn't even really need the Electromancer, and if I can avoid playing Literal Core, I will. So right now I have 16 playables, but taking Underground Sea makes High Tide better. Lotus Petal might come around. Jetaxian Probe is also so good in this deck. Knowing the coast is clear, 0 mana Storm filling up my graveyard is also very good. And then Lotus Petal is also good, but I have these rituals now, so I don't think Lotus Petal is where I want to be. So it's between Underground Sea and Probe. I think I'm gonna take Underground Sea. Now that I have these two. Okay, Time Twister's so good here. Love me Time Twister. Not a whole lot else in the pack. Time Twister's just sick. So now we have a lot of things. Wow, this draft is so easy. I'm like not even making decisions anymore. I just have Mystical Tutor now, which unfortunately can't grab Underworld Breach, but it can grab High Tide, Time Walk, Time Twister, Frantic Search, Yawgmoth's Will. I think we'll be fine. Okay. There's Brainstorm, Manamorphose, Echo. Wow. This is really good. Brainstorm with 1 fetch is fine. Echo Vans, I just got Time Twister, and I feel like there's a chance Echo comes around, so I don't think I need that. Manamorphose can help me get through some weird colored mana situations, but it basically requires red for things to work. And I think there's going to be someone playing blue who takes this, but like I said, people aren't drafting Storm, so maybe one of these comes around. I think Brainstorm, like, I just want to find Underworld Breach. That's all this deck wants to do is do that. So if I can find even 1 fetch plus Brainstorm, we'll take what we can get. I also have Brainstorm plus Brain Freeze myself as like an interesting gameplay. Dark Confidant. He's the only creature in the deck. Braingeyser feels so weird. I wish it was Expansion Explosion. Chain of Vapor also feels weird. Regrowth is funny. Am I ever playing Braingeyser in this deck? I do have High Tide Frantic Search. I think I'll just take the Dark Confidant. This could be a sideboard card, because right now I only have 2 creatures. There's the Dream Halls. I think that at this point it's Steam Vents, almost for sure. When you're playing High Tide, it's just so hard to pass up blue duels, because it just makes High Tide that much better. Dark Confidant. These are like the maybes. I don't think this deck even needs the Electroman. I could main deck the Red Blast if I'm looking for playables. Deathrite Shaman is really good, right? Escape to the Wilds is also interesting, but I don't think I have the mana for that. I do, however, have the mana for a Deathrite. Take that. Emery, Tezzeret, Kolaghan's Command. I like K-Command. It's just a bit disruptive. Emery is also pretty good, though. I have Bauble, LED, Signet Memory Jar. Yeah, let's just go for the most broken possible deck. No interaction whatsoever. A Braid, Blood Arch, Exhume, Mana Flare. Right now I just have Frantic Search to go with Mana Flare. So I guess I'll take a Braid. Third Path Iconoclast is a pretty good failsafe if they somehow stop the Storm Wind condition. And it can also keep you alive for a while. Take Metamorph. Okay, Echo Vans does come around. I'll probably keep that here. Hornet Queen. So I'm going to sideboard all of these, otherwise it's going to mess up my deck configuration. Dream Hall's the last pick. Do I put Dream Halls in the deck? 5 mana, I just go for it. So this is 23 with 17 land. But then I have all of these potential options with Confidant, Looter, Metamorph, Third Path Iconoclast, Red Elemental Blast, Braid, Desperate Ritual. Given that I also have Echo Vans, I'm actually kind of okay also running this Desperate Ritual. Because now I just have so much mana, and I probably just cut Dream Halls for the Electroman and keep everything really cheap. That feels pretty good to me. 16 land, including Lotus Bloom. Deathrite Shaman for mana. Jace, Goblin, Electroman. Do I want Emery? Maybe Literal Core is just better than Emery in this deck. But, oh, she mills you for 4, right? Yeah, she mills you for 4. That's really good, actually. Okay, no green. 4/2/2. This deck is heavily blue. I want as many blue as possible, so let's see if I have enough black mana. I have 1, 2, 3, 5 black cards, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 black sources. So going up to 6 kind of makes sense. Blue sources, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Red sources right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Why does this feel like a really bad mana base? I only need 1 red source though, and it's only when I'm going off, so I think the last card is just going to be an island. Maybe for that reason, I don't run Deathrite Shaman, just because black is like just a storm color, so I can cut a swamp if I'm not running Deathrite, and I can run something better like Literal Core. And this makes my draws more consistent, because the odds of having turn 1 Deathrite are really low, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 black sources is not enough to turn 1 this, and drawing it later is kind of weird. So I like this configuration a little bit better. Emery's probably going to cost 2. This is going to cost 3. All right, I am going to try this out. See you all round 1. Actually, maybe I don't need Past in Flames in the main deck, and then I could just main deck like Dark Confidant. That actually feels probably like a good play, because I have Time Twister, Yawgmoth's Will, and Underworld Breach. I don't think I need Past in Flames. All right, let's do that. See you all round 1. All right, we're playing against Flush Puppy TRB. This hand looks great. I'm gonna keep this. We got Shelldock, Self Brain Freeze, Lotus Bloom, Suspend. Playing against Thalia, we're probably gonna have to sideboard. This is challenging to say the least. So I can self Brain Freeze and then just set up Yawgmoth's Will off Shelldock. That seems pretty good to me. Suspend Lotus Bloom. So they know we're on Storm. So if they go like Thalia here, that's going to be difficult. But if any deck can fight through Thalia, I feel like it would be this one. This is getting suspended. I will play Jace here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Play Jace. And I'll probably set up for like a self Brain Freeze in the very near future. Here I get Dazed. Miscalc is fine. I can even just go like upkeep Mystical Tutor for Time Walk. I can wait. Polluted Delta. I like that. So let's go Delta. That gives me access to black mana. And if they play a bunch of spells, I really could just... If they play one spell, right, I can go Mystical Tutor, in response, Brain Freeze. Or if they miss a land drop too. At this point, I guess I just Mystical Tutor for like Time Walk or something. Let's grab Underground Sea. Or do I even need to do anything? Because they have Lotus Bloom. I think I actually just don't do anything. Because they missed a land drop, so they're just falling behind here. There's Dark Confidant. I like that. They might kill him, but that's fine. Spell Queller. Oh man, they could have really destroyed me actually if they Spell Quellered something. Okay, so they have Spell Queller. I think I'm just gonna play LED and Brain Freeze myself. Oh wait, can I win here? Wait. I might just be able to win here. Crack Lotus Bloom for black. Storm count of 4. Crack Lotus Bloom for black. I can Mystical Tutor for anything I want. Brain Freeze it into my disc. Yeah, I think I just win. Black, play Cabal Ritual. Mystical Tutor for something. Oh, I guess I can't play Mystical Tutor and Brain Freeze here. So we're gonna Brain Freeze myself. And then crack LED for blue. And then cast this. We play Yawgmoth's Will. I get to play LED. I get to... Okay. They're just dead. Okay, that was sick. Turn 4 Storm. I mean, this is a red Elemental Blast matchup, so that's good. My worst card in this matchup, maybe The Goblin, because they're pretty slow. And if I just have a counter spell, a Braid could also be useful if they are running Spell Queller, so that I guess Red Elemental Blast can kill Spell Queller. Yeah, that's fine. We have an answer now. I could also cut Memory Jar and run the Goblin instead. Maybe I do that. Memory Jar on the draw is pretty clunky. Here we have, I guess I have Brainstorm plus Mystical Tutor, so I will keep this. And I can Mishra's Bauble too to see like what I'm drawing. So let's Bauble. See if I'm drawing a land. I am. So I don't need to Brainstorm just yet. Because I could play the Goblin turn too. Goblin's way better than a Memory Jar here for sure. So they're holding up mana. That's fine. If they counter my Goblin, that's the least of my worries. Play Blood Crypt on tap. Drawing lands here is awesome. They counter that. That's fine. I don't know why it says hey no twice. Now on my upkeep, I don't even need to do it upkeep. I could just Brainstorm Mystical Tutor whenever I want. There's another land. So let's main phase Brainstorm here. I don't want to play on Spell Pierce. If they Spell Pierce me, it's pretty bad. They also could easily be holding up Spell Queller, so we could just wait until their turn. Okay, they're doing nothing. Do I need to do anything? I have my land drop set up. I don't think I need to do anything yet. Literal Core is pretty good, actually. Let's do that. This is like the most interactive deck of all time, and by that I mean the least. Least interactive deck. They can like Factor Fiction. Exiling that, sure. Do I want to do my Brainstorm Tutor thing now that they're tapped low? I mean, I like all the cards in my hand, so I don't think so. Relic is fine. They have 3 cards in hand? Yeah, that's fine. We just wait. Play Dark Confidant. Can you Spell Queller a Dark Confidant? Interesting. They're not going to kill him. Okay, I like that. If he stays in play and I get to like tutor for Time Walk here, that'd be so good. They might have Elish Norn, which would be kind of weird in this matchup, but it does just help them kill me faster. Angel of Sanctions. You got it. They have 2 mana up? They have 1 mana up? Alright, let's Brainstorm. Time Walk is good. Do I even want a Mystical Tutor now? I mean, I kind of want all of these, except Red Elemental Blast, I guess is kind of bad. So I can put back, is it Signet Red Elemental Blast? And then I can Mystical Tutor for something good. Brain Freeze? Frantic Search? High Tide? Next turn I'm just going to go Time Walk, I think. So I can go Time Walk, Brain Freeze myself, mill myself for 6. That gives me Threshold for Cabal Ritual. Yeah, that's probably it. This deck is gross. Time Walk? Brain Freeze myself? Sometimes you just get there, I guess. High Tide in my discard. Take my extra turn. Underground River. I have High Tide in my discard, so I'd rather do that. Let's go Cabal Ritual. I guess I can play this, right? Yeah, I can play this, because you need to use 1 land to do the thing. So let's go Cabal Ritual. Yawgmoth's Will. Cabal Ritual. High Tide. Mistress Bauble. I guess I could play the Electroman here. He does cost my 1 blue, though. Maybe I did make a mistake. Maybe I did make a mistake. Let's see what... Yeah, I didn't count properly. I should have cast Tendrils and then Yawgmoth's Will and then Tendrils. If I cast Tendrils now, that doesn't work. Stormcrown of 5, 6, 7, 8. I can mill for like 24. Yeah, I used all my blue very... Oh no, this taps for double blue. Okay, we're fine. I get 2 blue spells here. So I can go Mystical Tutor, then Brainstorm into it. And I guess I'll see what my top card is. Alright, let's Mystical Tutor. No, I can't because of Tendrils. So I guess I just Brainstorm right now. Yeah, I think I can do this. Cast Brainstorm. I think in response, I have to Red Elemental Blast. They ran the wrong one, so this actually is pretty rough. I have to counter my own brainstorm here. 5, 6, 7. Stormcloud is 6, Stormcloud will be 7, 8, 9. We'll mill them for 27. Yeah. Then I tendrils them. I can't quite deal lethal, but I can get them very, very close. And with the life buffer, I feel like Brain Freeze should be able to do it. Yeah, and then I Brain Freeze them. Okay, that was... I played that very sloppy, but it worked out. I guess. See you next round. Oh, right, we're playing against 43. We're on the play. Bad news for them. Oh my gosh. Why is this deck like the most absurd thing? And I only have Time Walk, which Time Walk is good. I agree, it's a strong card, but like any Mox would just be so much better in this deck most of the time. Specifically with Dark Confidant, I guess Time Walk could be kind of cool. But ooh, So I'm gonna mill myself with Emery. I have Tendrils already. Which one do I want? What a weird world where this is the consideration. I guess Yawgmoth's Will goes on the bottom then, but I can Mystical Tutor for Yawgmoth's Will, so let's put Breach there to spend this. Because Breach plus Brain Freeze plus LED is just an auto win. And I have Tendrils already. I don't know. There's a consideration for either one. But the fact that Emery gets to mill me, I think, is maybe the deciding factor. Dark Ritual is pretty good. I'm going to take a little damage. Because if I draw Running Islands, I don't want to have to play another Swamp here. Looks like I'm playing against aggro. Okay, that's a bit of a problem, but oddly enough, we might be able to get through it. LED is so good. I think we definitely can get through it now. Play Emery. Desperate Ritual, Time Walk. Okay, I mean, I'm pretty much just finding Brain Freeze at this point. Because Lotus Bloom is going to cost 1. I can cast Lion's Eye Diamond using Emery twice. Tithe Taker's fine. They missed the land drop. Excellent. Oh, no opponent. Double block? Right? Or do I not even care about that? Do I just take... This is funny that I'm in this position. Double blocking here is really good. How much storm can I generate? Not that much. If only I had Yawgmoth's Will underneath the Shelldock. So if I double block here, they only get to kill one of my guys. If they leave me with Emery, that's fine. If they leave me with Dark Confidant, that's fine. But I have so much mana. I think I'm going to block. It also gains me life is the deciding factor for me, because I just get more time. They're killing Emery too. So I get to cast Lotus Bloom for free. If I just draw Brain Freeze, obviously we win. Okay. That's pretty good. During your turn, activated abilities also cost 1 more. So shell docking. Okay, so the moment I hit Shelldock Isle, I pretty much just win, I guess. Okay, Eidolon is a little bit scary. But I have Tendrils to gain the life back. So I'm not too worried about that. Chase Friend's Prodigy. So Polluted Delta puts me down to 20, right? Fetch here and grab Island. Volcanic Island. Okay, this is 20 or fewer. So I think I just win now. Let's go Dark Ritual. Take some damage. Blue. I guess I can crack Lotus Bloom for blue, right? Play High Tide. I have 9 in my discard, so I can Cabal Ritual. Play Lion's Eye Diamond. Play Jace. Down to 7. Cast this. And I'm not playing into anything here, so I Tendrils them. Gain my life back. And then I just Underworld Breach Tendrils. Yeah, I can do that. I guess I need to do this first. Sack for black. Tendrils you. Exiling Lotus Bloom, land. Okay. That was pretty easy. So they're aggro. Given that they have Thalia, running a Braid seems like probably something I should do. I mean, I do have Goblin Electromancer to kind of counteract Thalia, and again, Memory Jar just feels like something this deck does not need. Third Path Iconoclast could help me stay alive, but I think they're going to have removal in their deck still, because I have things like Dark Confidant. These opening hands are so crazy good. Sheldock Isle. LED. Yes, absolutely. I do need to find some amount of card draw. So like this hand is good, but my deck does miss a little bit of card draw. I have all the mana in the world though. Just give me a Time Twister. Or Brain Freeze is ideal. That would be so good. Seasoned Pyro, sure. This deck is so... I'm having a lot of fun. I hope you are too. It's like, they discarded Thalia to Seasoned Pyromancer. That's interesting. I guess because I have the Goblin, like, they just don't care. And to be fair, Eidolon is a lot more scary. Okay, there's Jace. So we play Jace holding up red. Do I have enough mana and cards in discard to just like double Tendrils next turn? Because I get to go Lotus Bloom, Dark Ritual, the Jace Loot. That'll be 3 cards in my discard to exile to Underworld Breach to replay Tendrils. How much mana will I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Dark Ritual puts me up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll have 6 mana. Tendrils costs 3 and Breach costs 2, and I'll have Lotus Broom. So I'll have 9 mana. I think I might have enough. What's the storm count? 1, 2, 3, 4. I might be too short if I do that. So if I draw like any spell, I think I can win. That's insane that that is potentially the case. They flip a mountain, sure. So I'll block here and here. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I might be able to just win. Storm count is 1. Any spell. And I think I win. I need to like double check the math. Okay, that's more of an issue. So they're gonna exile it. Okay, that's a little bit more of an issue, but that's an extra spell too. Let's loot with Jace and see what I hit. Okay, Underground Sea just better than Underground River. I mean, this is going to my discard, so I'll just grab black. Yeah, the March there is pretty good. Now I almost certainly don't have enough mana to do all the stuff that I want. Although, I do have Frantic Search Underworld Breach. I think I do. I think I genuinely do have lethal now. Let's go. This is disgusting. Let's go. Let me think about the mana here. Yeah, this is definitely lethal. Dark Ritual. I'm just going for it. I think it's lethal. Let's go. Frantic Search. Yawgmoth's Will. Storm count of 4. I feel like Breach plus Frantic Search is just where I want to be. So discard Yawg Will. And I can discard Tendrils. Untap. 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 Play the Bauble. Get my top card. Play Underworld Breach. Cast Frantic Search. Oh, I need to tap lands here. Exile this. Lotus Bloom. And Bauble. Discard these. Untap these. Let's cast it again. Frantic Search. Exiling Emery, Brainstorm, Yawg Will. Discarding those. Untapping these. Then I get to Brain Freeze myself. Exiling Mountain, Dark Ritual, Frantic Search. So mill out my deck. Then I get to cast LED here. Cast this, add black, Tendrils U. Exiling land, land, land. Pretty good deck, I might say. Tendrils, Tendrils. Is this a turn 5 through a Thalia and Eidolon into a turn 4 kill? Incredible. See you in the finals. All right, we're putting its worth on the draw, but this hand is great. Uh, yeah, we have Literal Core Time Walk to set things up. Given that I drew another land, I could save Polluted Delta actually in Mystical Tutor for Brainstorm. I don't hate that. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and see what I want to Mystical Tutor for. Because they look to be mono white. This could be like a Layla. Elite Spellbinder. Oh boy. Okay. Take my time walk. They don't know that I'm playing Storm. That's good. They take the tutor. Okay. I'll take that. They might have like Thalia or something to deal with time walk. I'm just gonna go Island Literal Core. And I can play Mystical Tutor for 3, right? Yeah, it just costs 3 mana to play. That seems fine. Okay, they don't have Lelia. That's good. If I could just get a old Time Walk Literal Core turn, that would be very nice. Mother of Runes I literally don't care about. Okay, I get a land. Honestly, I'll take it. We'll just get another island. Emery is pretty good. I'm just holding on to this Time Walk. Let's play Emery. Is it Signet? Okay, those are all good. I'm just gonna play Polluted Delta. I could play a Memory Jar off Emery. Take 3, you got it. Ephemerate the Spellbinder to hit my Time Walk is fine with me. I mean, it's kind of annoying my stuff costs more, but it's not the end of the world. Selfless Spirit, sure. Given this, I think I'm just gonna fetch now. Thin lands out of my deck and grab Underground Sea. Shelldock Isle. Oh, I like that. Let's Shelldock and then just cast Time Walk? Or, yeah, Shelldock cast Time Walk. Ooh, okay. 23 cards in my deck. It's gonna go down to 22 from this, and then 21 off the Time Walk. I'm basically deciding, do I need more card draw or mana? I think mana at this point. Because I have Mystical Tutor, I can grab Time Twister. Yeah, let's do that, and then let's just play Time Walk. You may cast the card this turn, you still pay its cost. Okay, so I can't do anything there. They have 2 cards in hand. Frantic Search. That's pretty good. So, can I win here? I can Mystical Tutor. It costs 3 mana though. I'm at 13. I don't think they're gonna kill me, so I think I'm better off just casting this Memory Jar. And then waiting a turn. I don't think they're gonna do 13 damage to me. They can rebound. I guess they do make my Frantic Search cost more, but I have High Tide, so. Take 5. Okay. Yep. Upkeep, no need to do anything here. Goblin Electromancer, we love to see that. Go Mountain. Start with High Tide. Play the Goblin. Yeah, I guess I Frantic Search. Discard these 2. Untap these. Do I want to keep Breach as an option, or do I just want to have a bunch of mana? I have so much mana, I think I'm going to keep Breach as an option. So, I don't care about Jace. Let's just crack Memory Jar here. Okay, now I just win. Black mana. Yeah, we'll Brain Freeze ourselves. I guess I don't want to expose Breach to getting killed. So I'm going to Brain Freeze myself here. Lion's Eye Diamond, Echo Vians. Okay, we're good to go. There's all of that. So now I'm going to play Underworld Breach. And I can play LED. Or I can even play around some other stuff. Let's get some extra mana here, because I cannot Frantic Search. Okay, don't do that. Let's play Dark Ritual. No, I'll just play LED here. Exiling this, this, and this. Sack this for black. Play LED, exiling. The only thing I'm worried about is them killing my Underworld Breach. So, can I maintain control and then hit them with a lethal tendrils? I think so. Play LED here. I think I can maintain priority. Dark Ritual. Desperate Ritual, I don't have the mana for. High Tide, Cabal Ritual, sure. Exiling Signet, Lotus Bloom, Dark Confidant. Stormcon of 9, so then Brain Freeze is lethal. Exiling Bauble, Brainstorm Ritual. And this way, even if they have removal for Underworld Breach, they die, and if they don't, then I just kill them with Tendrils. It's a little bit overcautious, but it is what it is. Then I Tendrils them. Exiling Echo, Memory Jar. No, it's not Exile Echo. Memory Jar, High Tide, Time Walk. They're scaring me by not conceding, but maybe they're hoping I time out or something. They said, "Oh, this jar hand from me." Will they reveal? I guess they can't. Okay. So they're playing white. We definitely want to have access to at least one Abrade. Memory Jar was good there. Cards that are bad. Desperate Ritual seems a little weird. I don't have that much red mana, so this swap makes sense. This hand is a lot of mana, but it's fairly Thoughtseize proof. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna keep. I don't know. It's pretty hard to not keep a suspended Lotus Bloom with Underworld Breach, because like these are the two best cards. If I just get Frantic Search, I pretty much win the game, which is ridiculous to say, but it's true. Or High Tide. That also works. Let's Shell Dock. Yes, I have had... Oh, there's LED. Although this deck wants card draw, but I have Underworld Breach. But I don't want LED exiled, so I guess I'll grab Memory Jar. That just kind of guarantees the late game I win. I've had basically Shell Dock plus Lotus Bloom in my opener like every game. Feels a little bit dirty. Play Polluted Delta, play around like Strip Mine or whatever. No need to fetch because I do have Brainstorm in my deck. Exile one creature artifact, return it. Okay, so they could just blink their Mox Pearl. It is a, what was it? Flying Monster? They choose not to do anything. Okay. Brainstorm, Brain Freeze also works. There's Frantic Search. Do I win? I think I can wait a turn here, but I let me think about this actually. Do I win? I go, no, I don't have enough cards in my discard. I think I need like one more. I think I wait a turn. If I had like one more card in my discard, because Frantic Search is -1 card in your discard every time you use it. So if I go High Tide, Frantic Search, I can Frantic Search 3 times. Ravages of War is pretty rude. Okay. Do I fetch to fill my discard? I think so. Just grab a swamp that I don't want to draw. And I'm going to save Frantic Search because I do have High Tide here. I take 3. Lotus Bloom comes down. Play around Wasteland now. I mean, we're pretty much... We need a card draw... No, we have Frantic Search. We're pretty much good to go as long as I can survive these next couple turns. Okay. Dogmoss Will's very good. I'm getting greedy here. And I'm going to play Underground Sea. I probably could have won that turn, but I didn't feel like doing the math. I just wanted 3 lands in play for Frantic Search, is the truth of it. Okay, they're not doing a whole lot. There's Emery. I mean, yeah, this seems pretty good. So let's go Island. High Tide. Crack this for red. Tap like this, cast Frantic Search. Discard these 2. Untap our lands. Cast Underworld Breach. Cast Frantic Search. They can exile. Okay, there's that. So discard Steam Vents, Emery. Brain Freeze myself. This deck is so good. Oh my gosh. Why is this so good? Black. Let's play LED. So I can build up an instant speed Brain Freeze Storm and then Tendrils again. GG's. Opponent also agrees Breach is way too good. You too. Okay, well. Underworld Breach is so stupidly strong. Like, I legitimately think they just need to cut it from the queue. Like, you saw these matches. It was literally just, you get Underworld Breach, you win the game. I drew very well. Like, my openers were insane, having Shelldock and Lotus Bloom every time, but Breach was the reason I won all of these games. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, consider subscribing. Check out Algomancy. It's launching very soon, and it won't have stupid cards like Underworld Breach. See you guys very soon.